Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Critical and welcome back to episode 3 of ComicCraft on the ComicCraft server. So, I've been doing a lot of stuff over the last few days. I'd actually recorded most of this episode and realized that the audio for almost all of it, and for another video I did, has apparently all been off, because after I updated my computer, apparently OBS just turned off all my audio sources and decided not to record audio the last few clips, so that sucks. But I'm going to catch you guys up real quick on everything that has been happening. So where to start? First of all, got a ton of new armor. I've upgraded all of my tools and stuff with the Enderman farm that Brawnzy has set up in the end. I was also able to get an elytra. We went to fight the dragon, did a whole thing there, as well as fought an end city, got a bunch of shulker shells. Got a bunch of wither skulls and fought a wither. Well, we didn't actually have to fight the wither. We put it under the bedrock in the end so that it just suffocated. But we have a beacon now, which we're going to work on setting up today. And as you can see, I've moved all of my stuff over here to our tower, which I have added these pillars to, as well as a walkway up at the top and stuff. And I've replaced all the floor here with stone. I think that you guys pretty much caught up on everything. There's no way that I can really go over everything that happened, because I had, I kid you not, an entire episode recorded and ready to go before I realized that there was an issue. But let's go down here, because this is the one other thing that I've done that I want to show you guys. So, last episode we found out that we had a dual skeleton spider spawner underneath our base. And if we go in here, you can see, I wish I would have not stoned that. There we go. As you can see here, I have set up a mob farm for this thing. So we cleared out the whole area, and we've got both of them set up here, and they're just on magma blocks and a water level above so that the magma pulls them down. And then they pretty much all just get burned to death, and all of their drops go into here. So you can see we've been getting a ton of stuff. We've got lots of string and bones, which are kind of my two primary things that I'm doing this for. I don't need the XP from it. I didn't set up an XP farm because Brawnzy's got the one in the end, and I'm sure as the server goes on, we'll end up with a bunch more stuff like that as we go. But I have to figure out what we're going to do in today's episode, so I'm going to do a little bit of a cut here, figure out what we want to do, and we're going to jump on into it. Alright, so this is another day or so later. I've been working on some things, as you can see down here. Kind of trying to figure out some plans for what I want to do in this area, working on some tree designs. I cleaned up the beach over here, so we've got a little bit more of a proper beach line going on. And I added in this big winding path that goes up this side of our mountain, leading up toward our cooling tower here. It needs a bit of work still. I think there's a couple more things that I could do to it, but for the most part, I am pretty happy with this. This is more of kind of like a path leading up here, like a footpath. We're going to have some cranes and some elevators and stuff for vehicles and such on other sides of the area. But this episode, we're actually not going to get too much done. I just kind of want to talk about what we're going to do in this area next episode. And then we're going to go tour some other people's bases that I've been to already. I don't know where everyone's bases are, so I can't go to everyone's, but we're going to go to, I think, 3 this episode and just take a look to kind of fill the time, because due to the recording errors earlier, I need to get this out tomorrow, and I don't have any footage to put in this episode. But my plan down here is this area is kind of going to act as the... I need to fix that because that looks weird. I need to pull that over a bit. This is going to kind of be the transitional period between the jungle foliage and stuff and the swamp foliage. And our dividing line is probably honestly going to be the road that's going to cut through here. Now, the road is going to connect with this, but mainly it's going to come in here, go this way, and go kind of back over that way. We're going to have a big kind of truck depot. If you've ever seen a warehouse with the truck where the trucks can pull up and unload, we're going to have something like that here. And we're going to have a bunch of shipping containers stacked up here and over here a little bit as well to kind of fill out the area. And then over here, we're going to have a security building and a little security gate sort of thing up over here. where everybody can check in and go through. We'll probably do some pretty large jungle trees up in the top area, but down here I want to keep them fairly short. This is probably as tall as we'll go. We'll add some other like shorter ones in here as well. I was able to get some of the pumpkins because the Wandering Traders will sell the blockheads. And look, there's these little tiny pumpkins, and I can place these all around with the big ones. I want to get some melon ones too and do the same thing with some of those because I think that'd be pretty cool. But I think this is a really cool little feature. But yeah, so that is kind of all I've really gotten done over here. I haven't done much else. It's also finals week for my current college courses, and I've been focused on that a lot more than recording. So I know there's been a lot less videos lately, and I'm sorry about that, but we'll kick it back up next week, hopefully. So let's head over toward spawn, which is where most everyone else is set up, and let's take a look at a few other people's bases. Alright, so stop number 1 on our little server tour here is something that Brawnzy has been working on, and all the other server members are once again down in the description below if you want to check out their stuff. But Brawnzy's been working on this iron farm. He's also got another base off somewhere that he's been working on a little bit, but I don't remember how to get there, so we probably won't take a look at that one today. But I think he's just kind of starting out on that one, so I think he's mostly been spending his time working on this. But this is a massive iron farm. I was with him earlier when he got the first one spawning in, so I think he's already gotten some done here, and I think he was working on adding a sorting system earlier. Yeah, it looks like he's already got the sorting system in place. It's a kitty. We found out earlier that apparently cats, if there's too many cats in the area, it'll actually stop iron golems from spawning in this, which is weird. I didn't know that was a mechanic, and it seems like a really weird mechanic. Oh, it's a Halloween cat. Cute. But yeah, so that was something weird that we found out earlier. But he's mostly been working on this, I think, lately, getting all the villagers bred up and sending them up there, and then building, obviously, all the different levels. I think there's supposed to be 4 levels, so he's got 2 in right now. I think he's got the villagers in 1, and then he's got 2 more that he's got to build up above. So this thing's going to be pretty crazy. And then I think this is just kind of his general chests and stuff. But I think most of his stuff is over at his main base, which again, I don't really remember how to get to. But next stop, there's not too much to look at right now because we're pretty early on the server still. Everybody's kind of still getting resources and stuff together. But this is already pretty crazy. But next stop on our list is Wolfie Space. And this zombie-infested place is Wolfie Space. These guys are not happy with me. I tried to sleep before I got here, but there were too many guys here. So this is... Ow. Okay, have I killed all the things? Because I'm hoping there's not any creepers around. I think I've killed all the things. So this is Wolfie, and I believe Hazard's base as well. I believe they're splitting a base at the moment, if I'm not mistaken. And it's kind of cool. So it's like a castle in the sky. It's like half attached to this mountain, but for the most part it's floating. Let's crouch out here, and I'll show you guys. You can see down here, it's kind of floating. It's just attached on this little thing. I don't know if the intention is to add some supports, or eventually remove this and just have it floating. I'm not entirely sure. But if we head back up, they're not just doing like a normal castle, they're actually doing like a zoo castle. So as you can see here, I don't know what all this is right now. Maybe they're working on like the fish or squid areas, but so far I think they've gotten wolves. Oh, these are all the names of all the... Do not open. I repeat, do not open. Okay, we're not going to open it. But as you can see in here, there's all these little foxes, and I think... Normal fox... Okay, so these are all normal foxes. I don't think there's any snow foxes yet. I think she's working on getting some of those over here, but I don't think they're here yet. But yeah, so there's little foxes all through here, and then a little path over here into another little area. So I already got llamas, and then I think there's like a bee habitat over here, but I guess the idea is to just kind of have a castle filled with all these different little habitats of like bees and all the different, I guess, passive mobs. I don't know if she's doing hostile mobs as well, You of course need name tags for those for the most part, so that would take a lot. But this is pretty cool. Obviously, I guess it'll get a lot bigger as more habitats are added. I don't know if there's a second floor intended. It looks like there's maybe a starter one. There's also, I think, all of Hazard's heads in here. Yeah. Hazard has died a lot. He's up to like 140 or something now on the death counter. I think I fell pretty far down after I fell off that tower a few times. I think I might be like 4th most or something. I'm not sure. But that is the castle that they've got going on. I think I have one more stop of someone's base that I know where it is that we're going to head off to. But before we do that, I want to show you guys the Enderman farm that Brawnzy set up in the end that I used to get all of my armor and stuff together here. Yeah, we've got some pretty good stuff now. So let's head over there and check that out while we're on our way to Chosen's. Okay, so we are now here in the end, way off on the edge of the end island. You can see that's where we fought. Well, no, you didn't see that because you didn't see the dragon fight because, again, lost footage. I keep forgetting. So we're over here at this Enderman farm that Brawnzy set up, which is super efficient. Let's actually head up top so I can explain how this works. I need to remember to get rid of these, though. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and do it like that now. So basically, this is the little tiny spawning platform out here. Everything else is made out of leaves so that they can't spawn or teleport to it. But all the Endermen will spawn on this little spawning pad, and they'll run off to try and kill this Endermite here. And then they'll end up falling down into the chamber down there. I'm trying not to look at them. They'll fall down into the chamber down there, and you can kill them from below. I may have looked at one on accident. But this thing is super efficient. I'm not going to hit them, actually, because it's so loud when you hit them. But it was pretty funny. The other day, Chosen was here doing some stuff. We're going to check out his base in just a second here. But he accidentally placed water here, and it, like, destroyed all of the carpets and let the Enderman go, and then... or let the Endermite go, and then the Enderman killed it. And we spent a solid, like... I want to say 10 to 15 minutes just trying to fix the whole farm. Because he'd, like, just... the whole thing disassembled itself slowly as he started to place the water. But this thing has been super efficient and a lifesaver. As you can see, my armor is super good now. And I, of course, bought some mending books from Chosen. So he gave us 3 for the price of, I think, 12 or 13 diamonds. And so I've got it on my Elytra and both of my picks, so we can repair those pretty easily. I also got a sheep head. Boop. Sheep head's actually really weird, because I guess it's not a sheared sheep head, so it's got the little, like, wool around the edge of it. But let's head off now to Chosen. This is going to be our last stop for the episode. Again, I apologize for the short episode. I had a lot of stuff planned to do today, but unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get it done. So let's head over to Chosen's base, take a look at that, and then we're going to end the episode off there. Am I being chased? I am being chased. Okay, let me actually keep recording because I don't have rockets, and this could go very badly. Okay, come on. Oh, dear. Oh boy. Don't hurt me. Okay. I think we're fine. Get away from me. Is he gonna teleport up here? Oh boy. Okay, time to go. Alright, I'll see you guys at Chosen's. And after a super long hike through a very, very long strip mine, I have made it to what I believe to be the underside of Chosen's base. So this is the first time I've come across any stuff down here. There was a portal kind of randomly in the nether, and it was in a cave system, and then I followed it down here, and I think I've made it to, at least on the map, it shows that I'm under Chosen's base. But I gotta figure out how to get up. Oh. This'll probably do it. Whee! Okay, so I think we have... Yes! Okay. We have successfully found our way into Chosen's base. So he seems to be doing kind of like an above ground thing as well. I think Brawnzy's base is underground right now. I want to say Drev's is underground, but I don't know where Drev's is. But we can check this out. So yeah, he's kind of going with like a, almost like a mountain, like cottage house type look. With like the kind of darker wood colors. I like it a lot. I think it's cool, and it's got kind of the frosted windows. It reminds me of something that would be in a very snowy area. I think there's only 3 buildings at the moment. This seems to be kind of like his main house, and then there's a sugarcane farm over here, as you can see, which has got cobble in it. And then there's an extra little house here, but I don't think there's anything in here yet. Although I hear a zombie somewhere. But yeah, so this is pretty cool. Just like a little village off in the plains over here. I think Chosen is actually the closest to my base. So my base is up that way, maybe, I want to say, maybe 200 or 300 blocks, probably, up over this way. As a matter of fact, if I head over here, I think this forest right here is the forest that's connected to my swamp. I think this runs all the way up to my swamp area over there. But yeah, so Chosen's kind of like our neighbor. Maybe he's the first one that we'll run power to if we end up running it down this way. But that is probably going to do it for this episode, unfortunately. I think that is all I have time for. Next episode, we're going to start work on those whole entry building areas, getting all of that worked out, working out some terrain stuff there, and maybe starting on our satellite? Our, like, power line. I don't know what the towers that connect the power lines are called, like the metal towers that they have, the big kind of A-frame ones. I gotta look up what those are called, actually. But we're going to try to work out the paths for some of those as well, so that should be pretty exciting. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.